Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Rees and I'm here to bring a message to whomever this resonates with. We are going to do a voiceover right now, y'all. That's what we about to do, okay? That's what we're gonna do. I might record later and hop on video, but right now this is what we got. So I don't even know what the download is. I don't know what the message is. Let's get straight into it and see what message I need to hear for right now. I think in my next one, I'm going to do what energy does this week have for you guys. I think I'm gonna start doing that on Mondays. Let's see how that does. But okay, let's go for this one right now. Balance, Ashe. Fertility. Familiarity. Balance, fertility, and familiarity. We have the number 9 could be significant for somebody. It could be a life path, number 9. Or the number 9 is like also dealing with the energy of resilience, almost there, you know, right before you get to that completion, that 10. But okay, so we have balance, fertility, and familiarity. I'm going to need clarifiers specifically for this familiarity, but with balance and fertility, what I got so far is there's a certain etiquette. There's a certain way of living when you are asking for abundance. In alignment, there's a process. You can't just wish because it'll just be that. It'll just be a wish. If you are expecting your prayers to turn into manifestations, it's going to require some action. It's going to require some type of etiquette and consistent etiquette too. So it's like a practice, something that you practice on a daily basis, where it's no longer a practice. Like when you do it for a certain amount of time, it no longer becomes a practice. Now it's a lifestyle. So with this balance and fertility, it's like you're not going to be fertile if you don't got that balance. It's self-explanatory. When you have this etiquette, when you live life a certain way, it's you set in a certain standard for yourself. You have a certain expectation. You're going to get what you give. So it comes with effort, right? Because if you're asking for something, you know that you have to give that in order to receive that. So that's the etiquette that I'm discussing. But that's also the balance. Even if it does seem as if whatever you're asking for requires a lot of work, even if it seems like excess or a lot or whatever that scares us away and makes us second guess or think twice, that's still balance. Even if you got to wake up and work hard, that's still balance, because it's you get what you give. So you can't expect to receive a miracle when you ain't did shit at all. That's not balance. You ain't did nothing. What? You did nothing at all. There's nothing that could even out that seesaw. You got all this weight on one side and absolutely nothing on the other. Why would God give you all this weight when you did absolutely nothing? Familiarity. I don't know what this familiarity is. Let's get some tarot though. Let's get some tarot. All right. So y'all know faith without work is dead. Y'all heard me say that a million times. Faith without work is dead, y'all. I don't know. It might be talking about y'all being in the energy of balance in order to receive this fertility. But I did have to elaborate on what I was saying so far. Let's see what the tarot is talking about, because I still don't understand this familiarity, where they're going with that. Well, maybe I will in a second. So let's keep going. The Empress reverse. The Magician. Ace of Pentacles reverse. So yeah, I'm definitely talking to somebody who is just asking for a whole bunch and not giving anything. It's not enough to say, but God, I did the work. It's not enough to say that, because that's cliche now. Everybody wants to say they did the work. Everybody wants to say they did their shadow work, because unfortunately the world of spirituality is a trend, which is a good thing, because if it was supposed to be, if it was the way life is supposed to be lived, technically spirituality is supposed to be a trend. We are supposed to be living amongst this. Like, this is supposed to be our day-to-day, how we operate. But when I say spirituality is a trend, I'm saying that a lot of people are doing it for the wrong reasons. A lot of people are doing it for the clout. Like, they want to have this money spell so they can get money and start stunting on niggas. Or, it's just cool nowadays to just be in, I guess, this community. And that's good. I'm not coming at anybody who's, hopping on the spirituality bandwagon. Because if there's any bandwagon you need to hop on, it would be this. But I'm saying, like, there's just a let me just trash that entire thought. Anyway, I'll just start over. But where I was going with that, because spirituality is a trend now, it's tough for God to get the actual attention that God deserves. It's tough for even your manifestations and your desires to get the attention that they deserve. Because it's not enough to say you just want it. That is a fucking wish. That's a wish, y'all. It's not enough to say, I want something. Does it even align with you? Why exactly do you want this? Does it make sense for your life? Is this truly for you? Even if it doesn't necessarily make sense, even if you just want it, because we can have life that way. We can live life that way. We don't always have to have an explanation for something. We don't. Abundance is our birthright. So we should be able to want something and it immediately materializes. It's supposed to be that way. But what I'm saying is a lot of people now are just so, first of all, people are tired with their own BS. People are tired with having to go in their own circles because they keep repeating their own cycle, and they're blaming it on God, talking about, God, where's my manifestations? Baby, did you check yourself in the mirror? Did you look at your behavior, your etiquette? Are you paying attention with the ways in which you are living life? You can't just immediately hit God up because you asked for something a month ago and it's not here yet. You ungrateful little, you spoiled as hell. You spoiled as hell. Faith without work is dead. You cannot ask for a harvest. You cannot ask to be fertile if you don't do nothing. You don't do nothing. Why would God give you anything when you don't do nothing? And then you act so like you haven't had anything ever, that when God actually do try to bless you a little bit, you blow it. Every time. It's very understandable why, like, it's taking you a minute to receive whatever it is that God is, that you're asking from God. It's because of how you're operating, how you're handling these blessings. You can't just blow it, yo. That's very rude. To ask for God to deliver something like this for you. Do you know what it takes for manifestations to even come through sometimes? God got to remove people out your life. God got to remove habits. God got to remove you sometimes. Sometimes you get picked up and moved to West Bubba, not even knowing where you are. It's just so many things that have to be moved around and orchestrated to meet your alignment for that prayer. And you got the nerve to sit down and do nothing with it. No. No. That is the stuck cycle that you keep yourself in. And that is why God won't bless you with nothing. You got the nerve to blame God. Blame yourself. Blame yourself, okay? So with fertility, you need balance. You cannot ask to be fertile if you have no balance. Why would a mama sit there and have umpteen kids if she don't even know how to get herself on a schedule? Everybody's going to be burnt the freak out. Everybody's going to be burnt out. What you doing with 20 children if you don't know how to, you have to find a system. You have to find some type of balance so that you could keep this in motion, so that you could keep this circulating. Let's keep going. Because why the Ace of Pentacles reverse the overall energy, y'all? Why is the Ace of Pentacles reverse the overall energy? And then the Tarot, this led with the Empress in reverse. The only upright card we got right here is the Magician. That's you wanting. You want to wish for shit so bad. You like, yo, I understand spirituality because it's trending. I understand spirituality that I know that all I have to do is want it. All I have to do is want it and it comes to me. All I have to do is light a candle. All I got to do is take a bath. All I got to do is, no, that's not all you have to do. That's not all you have to do. You have to do the work. You have to ask for it, then ground yourself so you can see where God is about to take you. God's going to instruct you and tell you exactly where you're about to go from here. But how are you going to hear that if you're not grounded? How are you going to hear that if you're not tapped in? How are you going to hear that if you're imbalanced? We also have the Nine of Cups in reverse, and that is in line with the Magician. Y'all, we got a lot of reversals. I'm talking to somebody who's imbalanced right now. I'm talking to somebody who is imbalanced right now. The Familiarity card is a card about coming back to yourself. So it's similar to the Restoration energy, or the card that says Restore. It's similar to Restoration energy, like you're restoring yourself. However, it's not really a restoration that you need. So that's why that card, or at least that combo, isn't here. Familiarity is really just honing in on yourself and going back to you. So it's not anything that you have to restore. You just got to remember who you are a little bit, a lot of it. A lot of it. When you come back to yourself, you're going to be reminded of your intentions and why is it that you have these desires. And that could be another thing that's going to drive you, that's going to lead you. But I see here, it's not going to happen with y'all sitting on this energy like this. Like, y'all got to get up and move. You have to get up and move. Some of y'all got a little comfortable. Some of y'all got comfortable. Maybe y'all did have your manifestations on speed dial a little bit. Maybe you got a little inspired by something that you've watched or a testimony that you've witnessed lately or something. I don't know what it was, but something gave you the confidence, the false confidence that it's okay for you to do nothing and you would still receive. I don't know where you got that from, but nah. Sometimes it happens like that, but more likely than none, it don't. And the reason why it be happening like that is because there was work that was put in maybe some time ago. But nevertheless, work has to be put in order for there to be some type of reward effect. It doesn't just poof out of thin air. There's always a result of something. Page of Swords. Three of Swords. Mad Swords. Nine of Swords. In reverse. Eight of Swords. Not laughing at y'all, I promise. Page of Swords, y'all, that is in line with the Empress reverse. A lot of you guys, y'all gotta, that is the familiarity right there. You need to get back in tune with your Empress side. You need to get back in tune with the person who's able to attract these things and not have to go out and fight and claw for your manifestations. It should be instant, but you're imbalanced. Your fertility is there, but it's not active. You have to get back into yourself to remind yourself of who you are, to turn that light switch back on a little bit. To get your motor running. You're dying down a little. You need to get a little pep. You need to get back up there, all right? So, yeah, some of y'all just gotta, some of y'all could have just got really comfortable. And it's nothing that's too detrimental. It's not too detrimental. But if you're wondering where your harvest is, there it is right there. That's the answer. You got too damn comfortable. You need that balance. You need that balance. I see here you're an Empress reverse, and the overall energy is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, you don't got to get nervous and think, oh my God, I'm doing horrible. This could just be the moment right now. These cards could change by the end of the day. You could be listening to this reading right now, and by the end of literally right before you close your eyes, you could turn shit around. You could switch things up a little bit. But it's not going to happen for as long as you just keep wishing. That wishing energy is whack. That's old. That's played out. Especially when you in the spiritual community. If you know how things go, why would you just sit there? Come on, man. Like, come on. Get on your feet and get to moving. Get to moving. Don't just sit there and wish. Alright? Not on my channel. Not my subscribers. Alright? I love y'all. Bye.